Adrienne. I cannot even express how grateful I have been this year to have wonderful student assistants on this basketball team. The best I've ever had by far, all three of them, with Adrienne, Riley, and Drew. And but Adrienne has an unbelievable positive energy that she brings every day into our locker room, into the gym. It's like I could be having like the worst day, and Adrienne pops in my office. She's like, "Hey coach, how you doing?" And you're like, man, does this kid ever have a bad day? And I know she does, but she does a great job of suppressing negativity and always exuding positivity. And what a great attribute to have as a young female who is going to do unbelievable things just because of that persona that she has. And her job is not glamorous. She fills water bottles and makes copies and goes and gets my whistle every day between them. And but one thing I do know is she is always willing to do whatever I ask her to do. And then on top of that, she is always our biggest cheerleader. You can watch game film and you can see her jumping up and down behind the bench. And sometimes I don't know if kids really realize that I watch our bench a lot on tape, and it's always fun to watch her have as much exhilaration and as much excitement for our success and for our kids' success as any of us do. And so I can't say thanks enough to Adrienne for this season and everything she's done for us. And just so glad again that we could bring her into our Bulldog family, and now hopefully we'll continue to do great things as she moves on in her life after her senior year. Riley Case, where do I start? I have so much respect for this young lady, and I have watched her grow and mature through middle school and high school, and continue to grow. And one of the things that you don't always see right away with Riley is just what a big heart she has. She's unbelievably willing to do whatever it takes to help somebody else, and that's kind of what she did for me this year. A lot of people don't know me on a personal level as well as maybe Riley does, and so she's been able to kind of just ease some of the burden of that I hold as a head coach in different ways. And we jokingly, as a coaching staff, frequently say, we'll just ask Riley, because she knew just about everything that was going on, to an extent with our operations part of our coaching circle. And so, just making sure that things got done. I didn't have to watch over it. Also being willing to help me with some of our video software, and being able to do that for me, and just help me with some administrative stuff, and where she could use the time during practice to do that. And but then at the same time would fill in with managerial duties, whenever we needed her to fill in to do that. And I know that is not, again, something anybody wants to do, but she was always willing to do it. And anytime I needed something done last minute, it got done. it just was taken care of, and it just was so nice this year not to have that added on. I call them little thorns in the side, uniforms and just so many things that pop up that she's been able to help me with this year, and I'm so grateful. Abigail Baxter, in one word, tenacious. The kid can flat out get after somebody when she wants to defensively, and it's something that, I really thought going into this season we would have her to kind of fill that role, and we could put her into a game anytime we needed to just harass a guard. She would do it, and she's always been an unbelievable player in our program because she worked her butt off, and that to me means so much. Every day she came into practice and went 110%, and she would make us better. Even though she wasn't the most talented player on the floor, if there was something that Abigail could leave our underclassmen, it would be her loyalty. That's a word I don't use very lightly, because it means a lot to me, a whole lot to me. Loyalty from a player to a coach, and loyalty from a coach to a player, it runs deep, and not every player and coach relationship has that. But when a player and a coach find that together, and they know that they have each other's back no matter what, it's big. It makes you better, and it makes you a better player. It makes you a better coach. It makes you a better team. And if there's one thing that I wish Abigail could leave our younger kids, it would be that same loyalty that she's had to this program for, I would say since she was in 4th, 5th grade, not just her 4 years here at New Albany. She's shown up, she's worked out, she's been here, she didn't miss hardly ever. She never caused me any problems, on or off the floor. Never had kids say a bad word about her, only great things. And to me, that is a testament in itself of a kid who is loyal to your program. They don't talk bad about your team. They don't talk bad about their teammates. They don't talk bad about their coaches. They come here, they work their tails off to get the job done, to be dedicated. They're committed. It's all those intangible things that have nothing to do with talent. And if she could pass that to our younger players, our future is going to be pretty bright. Alasia Douglas Lay, thank you for 4 years. The laughs, the tears, the talks of, how to be better, how to be a better player, and for me, how to be a better coach. And I appreciate all you have given to this program and the dedication that you've shown in your 4 years here at New Albany. You're going to be dearly missed, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck as you move on and take on your next journey in life. If there was one thing that Alasia could leave behind to our team and our program, I would say that unbelievable energy that she has at times, both in practice and in games, where she can just take it to another level when she wants to. And that's just something I think that really good players have inside of them. The hard part for those good players is just, bringing it at all times. But man, when she brings it, it's fun to watch. It's hard to stop, and it makes us so much better as a basketball team. I think another thing with Alasia is just she's really fun to watch. She has that human highlight reel aspect to her game where she can make an unbelievable pass, an unbelievable shot, or an unbelievable blocker still. And so, she's just a lot of fun to watch. I think a lot of people enjoy sometimes that explosive, dynamic skill that she has in her game. In one word, I think to describe Alasia Douglas, I would say explosive. When she finds that extra gear to get into, she can just really make other teams pay on both ends of the floor. And, she just really underestimates sometimes her ability to pass. And the more she can get the ball into people's hands, the better we are and the better she is, because then it allows her to open up her game, attack the rim, and be a threat to not only score, but get the ball to other people to score. In describing Devon Hunter in one word, I would say that Dev is just a natural. And, she has an unbelievable feel for the game of basketball. She kind of knows where she's supposed to go, knows where she's supposed to be, knows how to read the basketball extremely well, especially off the rim and rebounding. She has an unbelievable touch on the ball in finishing and in shooting the ball. This season she really played on the block a lot for us, but the kid has an unbelievable shot, and maybe didn't even really get to display that as much as she should have. But Dev is an unbelievable, has only scratched the surface of her abilities to play the game of basketball, and she's really come on a lot since Christmas this year, and really has helped us, I think, be better offensively and moving the ball, having that kid inside banging for us. We've just really been so hurt with injuries in that position this year, and plus we're small anyway, and so it's just been a big relief since Christmas and having her in that position. But Devon has a great sense of humor and has always been a joy to have on this team, and we've been through a lot together, and have shared a lot of moments more off the floor than on the floor, due to circumstances. And it's one of the reasons you go into coaching is to mentor kids and to help guide them and direct them in life. And I would say that basketball wise, that maybe Devon's 4 years maybe overall has been a disappointment, but the journey itself, I'm hoping, is rewarding to her enough that it propels her in the next stage of life. And she does have, if there's one thing I hope she gains, is I hope she gains more and more confidence in herself and who she is, and the things that she can accomplish in life, because if she sets her mind to it, she can go do some great things. And if there's one thing that I wish Devon would leave this team, is just her sense of humor. I mean, it's just, she makes me laugh, and she makes her teammates laugh. She's never been a problem to us in the locker room, and so many of her teammates have always expressed how much they care about her, and that's just one thing that we'll deeply miss with Devon leaving, is just her sense of humor and her presence in our locker room. Kiana, in one word, I would describe her as our communicator. I thought that one of the biggest things that Kiana brought to our team this year was filling the shoes of being our team communicator, and that's not always a fun job. It's not fun being the one that has to remind everybody what time practice is, or what we're wearing to school, or what we're wearing on this, or what you need to bring, or I thought she did such a great job this year of doing that. And Key came to us last year as a junior. You even look at this senior class, and 3 of them have moved in since high school. And so when we look at these guys like Kiana, you are taken away with how easily she fits into our family, and how well received she is by our kids who are already here. And I always think that shows how easy the kid comes in and kind of just like they've always been here. And that's how I feel about Kiana. And again, a kid who is a very good student and does everything we ask of her. And unfortunately this season just has run into some health problems, and we just haven't been able to reach that potential that we see at times. And so but I'm very grateful again that I've had 2 years to get to know Kiana, and that she's become part of our family, and will always be part of our family, and wish her nothing but the best. She's going to do great things in her life, because she is very, very headstrong and very focused on what she wants and what she wants to accomplish. If there's one thing I wish for A-Ray to leave our underclassmen, it would just be her physicality, her ability to get position with her body, and if she could pass that on to some of our younger post players, I think that it would help us be successful in the future. So in one word, if I had to describe Antonia Ray, it would be touch. Antonia, we call her A-Ray, I do, but A-Ray has unbelievable hands, and her ability to catch the ball and finish at the rim with those is her biggest asset. And in her 3 years here at New Albany High School, we just never could keep her healthy. I just really struggled in the 3 years of keeping her on the floor over time and long enough where we could continue to develop her skills. And again, even this year, we've had that same problem. If I had to describe Allie Willis in one word, as a basketball player, it would just be slasher. And I don't know if I've ever coached a kid who can get through traffic and cut back and forth the way that she can. It sometimes is really unbelievable. She has got one of the most deadliest crossovers that I've coached, and I think opponents scout that and they see that and they try to prepare for it, but yet at least once a game she catches a kid way too high on her and crosses him over and gets open for shots. So Allie has an unbelievable mid-range game too that just makes her so hard to stop because she can get to the rim and she can shoot the three, and she does a nice job just making space for her shot. She's not very big, and she's learned to play the game at a high level, even though that's a hurdle she has to overcome. 3 years ago, this kid walks in my gym the first day of practice, and we put her out on the floor, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how this kid's going to help us, because she really was filling a spot for us at that time that we needed. And that year we had a lot of talent, but we needed that mid-range game that she had, and unfortunately she wasn't able to join that team ever on the playing floor. And I think if she would have, we would have had a really good shot that year to win sectionals, just because of what she could have brought that group and filled the void that we had with that group in particular. But what a pleasure it's been to coach her for 2 years, to see her develop into a better basketball player, to get to know her more as a person. And I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know Allie this past season, and getting to know her more off the floor. And so she's got a lot of things going for her, and I hope that she understands that she's way more talented than she ever gives herself credit for, and she has the ability to take that talent and to help her do some good things in life. And so Allie, I just appreciate you finding us as your home, and I'm so glad that our journeys have twisted the same path for a short amount of time. And I wish you nothing but the best, and we'll have a hard time filling that crossover and making sure that we get the ball to the rim as well as you have for the past 2 seasons. So good luck. If there's one thing I wish that Allie could leave this team, leave behind, is just her ball handling skills. I don't know if I've ever coached a kid that dribbles as hard as she does, and again at the quick rate that she does from side to side. And if she could leave that crossover to one of our underclassmen, I would greatly appreciate that.